Leo.
Hello Leo, Happy New Year. This is your forecast for January 2014. And we're starting off this year with a big bang, and no kidding. We got a whole little stellium going on here, top of the year, and it is the Sun, Pluto, new moon, and Venus all together here, and they're all being circling around your 6th house. So that's going to set you up not just for this month, but it's also going to have an influence for the entire year. So you do want to come back and listen to your 2014 forecast for the overall year and see how this is going to be affecting you. However, though, here this month, 6th house, it's all about your health, your day-to-day routines, how you take care of your health, dieting, working out, streamlining your daily schedules, how you can find better ways to flow with this and make your life more efficient. That's what it's all about. It's the 6th house of Virgo, and Virgo organizes. They analyze and they categorize, right? So you're going to feel a lot of this now taking place in January, so you can set yourself up for a great workflow and how you can actually zoom in on this feel here for the entire rest of the year. Now, the Sun and Pluto here, they're going to be hand in hand with the new moon. And the new moon is how we start off our month. That's why we plant our seeds for intentions. So your intentions here this month, Leo, will all be about taking better care of your health, taking time to yourself, and also making sure that you're not running quickly in all directions, okay? Where you might meet frustrations of one appointment colliding with another appointment, like overdoing, overworking. So the new moon is really asking you to look at how can you work efficiently so you don't have all these time collisions. You'll be happy that you are straightening that off here, right here January, because it's going to be a busy year for you. And especially because we still have Jupiter retrograding in your 12th house. This is where you're pulling back from 2012 and half of 2013, when you were way out there, you know, and engaging yourself within groups and charities, organizations, giving of yourself and your time. So Jupiter's helped you, some of you at least, to step back and look at what it is you want and what you need for your own better health, your spiritual health, and your physical health, of course. Taking time off to see that you, in fact, do have a body, that you're not just like out there running and sharing and forgetting about your own needs. So that's one good thing here with Jupiter in this placement. Right now, Jupiter is retrograde, so it's going to be extending its stay here. And I think for you, perhaps, it's a good thing. Now, the 12th house, more than just the hidden aspects or the karmic house, as we like to say it, Jupiter is also, or should I say the 12th house, is also very creative. It's the house of Pisces, ruled by Neptune. And so when we have Jupiter here, Jupiter is the old ruler of Pisces, okay? So it's here working along with Neptune. These two together are, or can be, become highly psychic and sensitive and visionary. That's what Pisces is. That's what Neptune is. It's visionary and it's spiritual. And having Jupiter here is helping you to expand your vision. Now see, when Jupiter is charting around here in the 12th, actually what it's telling you is that it's trying to shut down on a 12-year cycle. Okay, so you want to go back 12 years. What did you start back then? See, this is what's coming back around to you now. New starts, not quite yet, but it will be from summer of 2014. So Jupiter is recouping, loading, recharging batteries to be ready for that. And at the same time, it's helping you to filter out all the little gifts that you have collected, all the wisdom, Jupiter rules wisdom, that you have collected from this 12-year journey, so that you can assemble it, bring it with you in a tight, neat little package, and zoom that into the next oncoming 12 years. See what I'm saying? So stepping back is good. Now all of this energy here, the Sun, New Moon, Pluto, and Venus in the 6th house, this month is trying to tell you to don't overdo, step back, because whatever foundations you're laying now, this is how the routines of this coming year is going to be. Venus is retrograde also in this area, extending its journey, giving you just a little bit more time to deal with, to recognize, and see how that you can make this work for you. So I'm thinking it's going to be good. Now we do have some oppositions and squares going on here just on New Year's Eve, opening up for this whole year, and we'll be talking about that as we go through our transits, just so you, lo and behold, are a little forewarned, because yes, it is dynamic and feisty. All right, now you can come to experience that people are a little bit more feisty around you, and you may be too, you know, here. And it is because Mars is in the house of communication, and we know Mars is fire. Now try to triple this off with an opposition here, just here coming up towards New Year from, I'd like to say Christmas Eve, maybe especially there from the 28th, coming up, creating this opposition here up to Uranus. And Mars being feisty, Uranus is saying, I'm not putting up with this no more. You know, so if somebody has been triggering, you know, or should I say picking at a scab here with you, you might as well just end up saying, well, that's it. That's what that's what Uranus does. It separates from those things that you're not happy with. You know, that could be a blessing, but it could also, you know, be sad. Now, if somebody's doing that to you, because these energies are for all of us. It's for you, it's for me, it's for the whole planet. You know, so whoever it is that wants to snap, well, they will snap. And having these two planets here in such a tight opposition, squaring Pluto and the Sun, okay, at the same time. And then we have this full moon here just the day before New Year's Eve. Also just in the hours before actually coming into this grand square full moon, all these feelings and emotions, and being in the sign of Cancer, one's sensitivity, you know, one's moodiness could be too, that has filled the pot, so to speak. Well, all of this can ricochet like a domino game where all the little participants are lined up. So if one thing blows, it can go boom, 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 and just try to become the observer rather than the participant here as we navigate through these very high tense days where, you know, even this shall pass. But the new moon here in Pluto too, well, what that is really asking is for something to transform, okay? The old wants to snap out of the rut. That's Mars and Uranus, snapping out the rut that feels confined. Well, Pluto is saying, well, let's renew this. So if something needs to leave, you know what? Let me just tell you one thing right off the bat. Good things won't split off. Healthy things will not split off. It's only now the weakest links. And I think, you know, will you really be surprised? I don't think so. Because it can't snap unless you've been aware of whatever this situation has been for you at this time. And then here it comes around, and then it's going to let go of that pressure, because it's like a safety valve. And from it, Pluto wants to come in and transform both the Sun and the Moon so that you can start implementing something that's stronger, healthier, happier, and then new growth for a long time to come. So it's not all bad. It's just that, you know, before new order, sometimes, yes, we do experience a crisis, okay? And of course, a lot of this, it's in earth, water, fire, and air. So, you know, it's all of these cardinals, and we can see this happening, you know, on Mother Earth as well. You know, it could release weather patterns, earthquakes, whatnot, volcanic, perhaps too. But, you know, let's not go there. We want to keep this positive. We want to take it as an inner possibility and an opportunity to change for the better, okay? This is how we got to see it. Now let's take a look at what's going on here from the get-go. Like I said, we have the Sun and Pluto wanting to transform the essence of you, who you are. We have Mars squaring the Sun, helping you to give you that little kick in the butt, whether it's coming externally from the external world, or it's the energy within you saying that, okay, now I'm up against this, and it is at the same time opposing this Uranus. And this is these days are going to last between the 1st and the 3rd, and then add to from Christmas Eve, and especially from the 28th until the 3rd. We have like a whole week here where things are going to be a little frenzy. Now, the good thing is back to Earth here on January 6th, when Mercury is going to sextile Saturn, which is going to allow, for the first time throughout all these days, for some rational communications, talks, conversations, healing, trying to figure out what just happened, right? And Mercury is also going to be conjuncting Venus, so I see there's healing there, there's love there, at least trying to find out, how things now can come back on track. What needed to go, but where do we go from here? Now, it's the heart chakra now coming in with that pulse that I'd like to say that it received here from that Plutonian energy, and we'll see how this is going to fall together for you. So it's going to be a little interesting. The Sun and Saturn is sextile. The Sun is you, Saturn is foundation, security, structure, your inner sense of authority, and the authority of the other around you, and trying now to bring this into this new foundation. Now, Mercury will be with you, help you in this area until the 11th. Then Mercury will be moving into your 7th house of partnerships. So it's going to take you out of this day-to-day consciousness and now focus on the other. January 16th, 17th, we got Venus square Mars. Now that's going to bring, I feel, something back to the picture that we had here the first week or so of October, if I remember correctly, where there was a little to do, a little challenge romantically. How did things feel back then? What were your discussions? How were you trying to balance and weed out? Well, this square is back to it, okay? Plus, we got that retrograde energy, so it's more like karmically now, finding a solution. Okay, you've had time to think. There's been a couple of months. And Mercury here also on the 17th is going to be communicating, Mercury, communication, with Uranus, thinking outside of the box, new ideas, implementing perhaps something, an unconventional or untraditional aspect perhaps to this relationship, so that things can free up. Okay, this is what Uranus does on the upside. It frees up, liberates, creates positive change, bringing us out of the rut of the old. And so you could be able to work on this here on this level to January 20th. Then the Sun is going to move into the 7th house of committed partnerships and join up with Mercury. So then they both will be able to focus more on that arena for you. 24th, 25th, Mercury again here. First, trining Mars. For you, that will be from your day-to-day consciousness. Mars here in the 3rd house of communication. I feel that a lot of what you have now worked with, taken decisions upon, is coming together. You're starting to see how this is streamlining for you and working for you. And just a little tweak there on the 25th as Mercury squares Saturn. Saturn being in the 4th house, so there might be a situation with home, family, perhaps real estate, maybe some documents, papers, or fixer-up. It could be service people coming in needing to do something there on the 25th. 29th, yes, the Sun is now liberating, it's kicking into this aspect of you and your higher self, Uranus. It has to do with the way you're reaching out for new thoughts, higher thoughts, education perhaps, or also communicating with people in foreign places, foreign countries, networking in that sense too. So it could be something over the wires, which, you know, Uranus rules the internet, so it could be getting in some sources of reference that you might be needing for your partnership working. You know, this is more, I won't say career-based, but where you work dynamically one-on-one. There might also be a surprise coming to you, though, from your significant other, because it is also coming from the 7th house of love and relationships, so see what that's going to bring. And then we have here at the very end of the month, Jupiter. Jupiter retrograde now has moved back to where it was, the very same point. Now we got to go back to August. What took place? It was like, I see there's a move or an expansion, the need for transforming something to get you into another level, perhaps, of consciousness. And if it was a physical move, well, whatever that was, there, very top of August here, it's coming back in a retrograde, revisiting. So maybe there's something there now that you can expand upon too in that specter. So yeah, you'll see what that is. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but I feel it does have to do with some very important, perhaps, decision making. So here, Leo, this is pretty much what we have for you. January, okay? Health, workouts, diets, streamlining your day-to-day activities, getting rid of all this pent-up built energy there on the very top of the month. Just get rid of it and then heal it, put it to rest, and then move on. This is what Pluto wants you to do, so you can expand to new areas with the new you. So continue to have a beautiful 2014, and as always, good to talk to you, Leo. And do listen to your moon and rising sign so you can get another angle on what is awaiting you here this month.